It's Thursday, 8 o'clock Central Time, so it must be time for
Comic
Comic
Crap.
with Shelby's Comics and Gorilla Todd. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great, Shelby. It's good to be here. Always hanging out with you. It's always fun.
I agree with you.
Um,
How's summer school so far?
Summer school is going great. I really mean it. It's I've got a good group of kids I'm working with, and we're going through it. We're doing the science we got to do, and we're learning, and we're having a good time. So I'm real happy on that front.
All right. Well, of course, we got Las Cruces in here first. And then, Tony, did they actually let you back in the United States? I figured maybe once we got rid of you to a foreign country, they might keep you. So, welcome back. Tony's been sharing. Tony needs to come on sometime. He's been sharing some of the artwork he's been picking up.
Great stuff.
Oh, it's amazing stuff. He even went to an art show over in Italy. Ooh, and bought some things. So, what do you say? They let any illegal back in the U.S. So, but yeah, he went to a art show in Italy, and I know he picked up some really cool stuff over there. So, do really great. Hey, Todd, you know what? Believe it or not, we are actually sponsored.
We are.
We are. We are sponsored by Comic Shell. I love these things. I've been looking for something to take with me to conventions, to put books in to get signed, because I always carry things. And what I've been using are these things, which are really, they're just square. You got to fold them open, slide stuff in and out. They're just really inconvenient. But I love these Comic Shell. They unzip. They got a handle. And and I like putting my books to where the flaps aren't taped, so I can easily slide the books in and out to get them signed and slide them back in. And it's got this really cool foam thing that holds them tight inside. So here's all my books. I'm going to get signed by Arthur Adams over here on this side for the con. And yeah, they fit in my backpack. So if you want 10% off your order, go to thecomicshell.com, type in Shelby's Comics, that's with 3 S's, one at the front, one at the end, and one in the middle, and get 10% off of your Comic Shell. They come in this really cool turtle green that they call, and then black. So yeah, they also hold slabs, which the other one doesn't. And so this is definitely what I use to carry my signed books to conventions and stuff. And I know I really like this product. No, you will too. So Comic Shell, thecomicshell.com, Shelby's Comics for 10% off.
Cool.
You believe someone actually sponsor us?
I mean, they're kind of sponsoring you. I'm just saying, but I'm happy for you. It's good stuff, Shelby.
Mr. Taz.
What's up, Taz?
What's up? So, the only news I have, and I was looking for, so there are actually 2 bits of news. One I'm not going to talk about, but there's plenty of people that have been dropping videos about recent 9.9 sales with CGC now pumping out more 9.9s. My question is, what wasn't there 9.9s before? I mean, but now they do a pre-screen for 9.9s, and there's a recent Comic Link auction, and books 9.9s are going for crazy, stupid money. But there's a couple other videos out there. Go check out Swaggle House. He's got something on it. Automatic Comics also has something on it. And check that out if you really want to get into the 9.9 controversy. You got anything to say about 9.9s?
I mean, I was scrolling earlier today and I saw a post that was listing the number of 9.9s issued per year for the last few years. And it's been if those were accurate, as they propose to be, um, we've definitely seen an uptick in the number of
Uptick. That's
99s
right. Exactly.
entering the marketplace. So it's I really think it'll essentially come down to the book, the quality of the book. And I mean, I had a 99 that I got in a collection. I sold it for $29. I don't know if anybody
29.
$29. I don't know if anybody will ever beat my record for the lowest.
Your lowest 9.9 sale.
I challenge if anybody sold a 9.9 for less than that. I mean, it's possible, but
yeah, I mean, like I said, my thing is if we see an uptick, and there's also a video out there where they kind of trying to beat the system a little bit is and I don't remember what book. I think it might have been Wolverine #1, the Frank Miller. Someone sent in like a stack of 20 or 30 or something like that. And they ended up with a pretty good ratio of 9.9s out of it. Something like 6 or 7 9.9s, 12 9.8s, something like that. So it made people assume maybe they were judging 9.9s against the same comic. You know what I mean? Since they sent in a stack like 30 of Wolverine #1, so they kind of graded together.
Okay, and that may be the case, and say that's what happened. That they're grading it relative to the other copies within that group. What happens when there's not 30 copies of something? Are the
right exactly,
magnified?
Exactly,
because I mean, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I think each comic should be looked at, as its own comic.
One thing that really bothers me is one, I think, well, let's not say I think, I know the census is flawed because people crack books all the time.
For sure.
And they don't send in the label to get it pulled off the census. And they don't want to send the label in with the book to get it regraded because then it will let CGC know what the previous grade was. And if you've cleaned it, sometimes they give you a restored grade for cleaning, depending on the type of cleaning. So I know the census is flawed in that sense. But now, if there's going to be a bunch of people cracking 9.8s, try to get a 9.9, now you're going to have an inflation on, the high end, where before you would have an inflation kind of in the middle. You know what I mean? Like trying to crack out a 7 to get a 9 or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people who want to crack 9.8s thinking they're going to get, they could get a 9.9, and it may be true, and it'll be true in some cases. Some people will crack 9.8s and get 9.9s, and I don't. I mean, I don't know. As long as we've been buying and selling comic books and reading them and collecting them,
exactly.
I've seen this kind of stuff happen over and over again, and it's just it comes down to, like, they're trying to run a business and generate business, and that's
and you said it perfectly. It's another one of those weird humps in our market, that happens, either like pandemic, we saw the hump. Now we have this 9.9 hump. We're seeing an uptick of some sales, I think, in some Wolverines. Seeing an uptick on like that hologram X-Men book because of X-Men 97. The first Cable's also seen an uptick. So the Wolverines, the Deadpool, are all seeing a little bit of an uptick due to the movies or the cartoon. So that was one of my topics. My other topic was I thought was really interesting is Todd McFarlane in a way.
Real quick, did you see
Yeah.
Tony's comment there? I mean, I think he's making a good point. That's kind of what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
That
Right.
The book should be judged only by the book itself. It either is or isn't. I mean, there shouldn't be that much, unless like the print run of a book has a certain something that it's identified and documented. And it may, you could even document it through many individual, observations of it, but it would take thousands to really have any kind of conclusive pattern. But each book, you have to judge it in and of itself. If you have a criteria, you judge it against that criteria, not against the other book.
Right. For sure.
Sorry, I just wanted to.
No. Yeah. That's why I popped up those comments to see. And I agree with everything Mr. Taz and Tony is saying. So, all right. The only other thing I had was Todd McFarlane is going back to Marvel, kind of. He's entered a deal. McFarlane Toys entered a deal with Marvel to produce some toys starting this summer. So they're going to do some 1/10 posable figures to celebrate the enduring legacy of Marvel Comics with legendary artists behind it. The inaugural wave features inspired by the artistry of Todd McFarlane, of course, Jim Lee, Steve Ditko, John Romita Jr., and Rob Liefeld. For such characters such as Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, and Deadpool. I tell you this, I would love to have a Steve Ditko styled Spider-Man action figure. That would be freaking awesome.
I mean, I can't see that missing.
No.
I can't see that missing. You're gonna have classic artists. I mean, I get it. It's the they're going to get the artists that are most closely either created or most closely tied to that character, or just are those legendary creators.
Yeah.
And mold the plastic in their image, in their vision.
Yeah. So each figure is based upon some Marvel Comics memorable cover, and it'll be set within an environmental base and includes a diorama backdrop.
I'm going to order lots
the
of
final presentation. So it sounds great. Go ahead.
I'm going to order a lot of those. I can see it already.
Yeah. So obviously McFarlane, Ditko, and Romita is going to be Spider-Man. Jim Lee will be Wolverine, and Rob Liefeld. And I'll say that might be kind of cool too to see a Rob Liefeld type. I wonder if they're going to include the feet or not. But
but he'll do something with Deadpool. Come on.
Of course, it'll be Deadpool. Yeah.
But it'll be cool.
I think it's great. And, for as much as we want to pick on Uncle Todd, McFarlane Toys, or Todd Toys, as it was originally called, stepped up the game for action figures. I mean, we had...
that's the truth.
Yeah, before Todd McFarlane, we had...
if you had told me we were going to do like a Todd Toys retro.
This was what we got before, right? This, Toy Biz.
I just noticed my door was open. Oh, God, there's like a 6-inch gap.
He's got one eye going one way and the other eye going the other way.
And
yeah, this is what action figures used to look like. But Todd McFarlane definitely upped the game on creation.
I have Loose, the original Spawn figures. I have the Spawn, the
amazing, right? Yeah.
The McFarlane monsters when he did Frankenstein and Wolfman and Dracula.
Yeah, such detail and stuff. So
I have the Kiss ones. I have a bunch of others. I have like Ninja Spawn, and I think Cosmic Angela. samurai spawn. I have a spawn that has his wings come out real big. I had a lot of those. Like, they were cool.
Yeah, so I'm real excited with this collaboration. I don't collect as much. I mean, well, I say that you see all these shelves of action figures, but I okay, and I do have a warehouse half filled with action figures. But anyway, I'm real excited about this. So the first release is supposed to be this summer for these, and more coming out later this winter. So yeah, I'm real excited.
Yeah, man, that looks like it could be something.
Yeah, I saw a picture online. Uh, of what the Spider-Man might look like, but I wasn't able to find it, so I'll see if we can find it. But anyway, all right. Other than that, I think you just bought 56 long boxes for some insane reason, like you needed another comic book in your life.
Well, sometimes you're just opportunities arise, and you suddenly get more and more books and more books.
Oh my God.
And then I think there's some over on that side or something where, I got 52 and I had to leave 4 at my buddy's house because I could only fit so many in the van I had. But I have not even, I've had people pull some good books out. I showed you those 2 books, that the one I said I'd send you away. Decent stuff in these dollar boxes. I'll be selling them, this weekend. People will be digging through, and I'm really, I'm curious to see what they're gonna pull out. It's one of those situations where I paid the right price. I got them for a good price. My buddy was happy to get rid of them. I was happy to get them. And I'm happy to let people like pick whatever they want for $1.
Hey, Ken Bird, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, Kenneth.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I mean, I know you and I were talking before the show, and I mean, I watch people make a killing, bringing, decent stuff to cons, and doing dollar boxes. I mean,
Thanks,
so
Tim.
yeah. Hey, Tim.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm in a, again, we've talked about this. I'm just happy to be in a position where I can, I'm able to buy big quantities of comics. I'm able to get nice nice keys and great old bronze and copper. And I'd like to get some golden age one of these days. Hopefully it'll happen. But I'm just been fortunate to get all these books, and I'm thankful I'm able to do it.
That's one of the things we've talked about is, once you kind of make that honest crossover, so to speak, of where you're in that position, collections just kind of end up coming to you in a way, right?
Yeah, because whatever, you just, once people know you're actively buying collections,
Right.
It just seems to snowball, sort of, because they talk to other people, and comics come into people's lives for the oddest way sometimes.
Exactly. So, unless you want to show off some stuff, here are the things I picked up this week. So, our buddy Barbarian Kung Fu is always on the lookout for me for some books that I collect. And one things I've been collecting is these Christian Spire comics. This was the only thing I was allowed in my grandmother's house as far as comic books for me to read was these Christian Spire books. So they kind of have a special place in my heart. And he found 5 of them at his local comic shop. and Al Hartley Hart, Al Hartley Art. And this is a book I didn't, or I had, but it's in really, really bad shape. So I was glad to pick that up. This one I don't have, so I was really happy to get this one too. I don't think I had this one either. So
those are some serious titles. They could go either way.
They could either way.
I don't know about that one. That one's pretty.
I think I had this one, and then I know I have this one, Archie. But yeah, I was really glad he's looking out for me. Got him at a great price, and just yeah, I think I'm pretty. I know except for Hansi, I don't have the Hansi book, which is the most popular. I should be pretty close. I have the Johnny Cash and things like that. So, yeah. So really glad to pick these up. Just something weird from my childhood that I enjoy. It's just an odd thing in comic book history.
Yeah, that's always nice when you kind of can get something that reminds you or takes you back to when you were a kid.
I bought a few books from Canada. I've been picking up these Captain Marvel when I see them.
Mm-hmm.
These are in rough shape. So I kind of bought them as project books. This is probably the roughest one. It's got a lot of foxing and staining on it, but it's a real cool cover. The Marvel family.
Cover.
Yeah, it's a great cover with Mary Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr.
Flying through the clouds. That's like an iconic image. That's how you think
Definitely.
of it.
So I think it'll clean up a little bit. We'll see. But nice little project book to kind of play with, and like you said, a real iconic cover. This one's in also rough shape. It's got a lot of staining and everything. You actually kind of see it around a little bit. That person just reminds me so much of like the guy running away on Action Comics #1. But yeah, you're supposed to kind of rotate it and it'll do something.
Make you dizzy.
Make you dizzy. But a little bit rough shape. It's got some ink bleed and things like that. Some staining.
Yeah, it gives you some stuff to work with.
Exactly. It gives me another area to kind of work on that I've been interested in doing. Now, this next book is not in bad shape.
You're going to be like a conservation ninja before you're done.
Now, this book is not in bad shape at all, and I loved this cover. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Beautiful, and it's got
Captain Marvel's just saving her and sweeping her right off her feet.
And it's got a store stamp on it also, which I really like. And it's not really store stamp. It says M.W. Wheeler, Special Agent. And then it gives an address. I can't make out the numbers, but it's Beaver Street, a phone number, and then it says Flagstaff, Arizona. So I have no idea. And I bought these from Alberta, Canada. So somehow it went from Arizona to Canada.
That sounds familiar. I almost feel like I've gotten books with that stamp on it.
It's weird. It's a weird one,
right? It makes sense because I'm in Las Vegas, and you said it says it's what, Arizona. What was the name?
M.W. I think the first letter is an M. W. Wheeler, Special Agent. And then it's got some numbers that I can't make out, which I'm assuming is an address. And then it says Beaver. And it's an old stamp because the phone number is 3 numbers dashed and 2 numbers. So it's the old phone numbers before area codes.
Yeah, I got you.
And then Flagstaff, Arizona. So it's kind of weird.
Could have been a kids and you just thought he was a special agent.
I don't know. They made up their own stamp back in the 1950s.
Maybe that's like a
story in the 60s.
There's definitely a story there.
Started in the 60s.
Who started in the 60s? I didn't catch
Area codes and zip codes started in the 60s.
Aaron
I think 62, 64 is when they started.
What did they do?
So I don't know. I don't know, but I love the artwork. The artwork is just so clean. Just the beautiful woman being rescued. Captain Marvel gets a secretary. Don't we all? Don't we all wish we'd get a secretary? But I mean, yeah, I love it. I love this cover. And again, you hunt around. I think I bought all three of these books for less than $100. They were like 120 Canadian, which ended up, I think, around $80 American. You know, you pay 30, $40 for shipping, of course, from the Great White North, but still overall a great deal.
Yeah, man.
This is actually from 1946.
Wow.
So this is the oldest book, and it's in great shape. So really happy for that. And yeah.
I have a haul that I bought.
Oh, yeah, you got a haul. Yeah. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, I gotta literally unpack it. It's still, but it's just a bunch of books. I think the most expensive, there was one that was $3, and the rest were $1 a piece. I don't exactly remember what they were. Where did I do this? Oh, I was waiting to pick something up. My reservation was for 1:30, and I had to sit there for like an hour, so I went on Whatnot. I said, let me make this time worthwhile.
Yeah.
And I bought some comics. I'm confused. Oh, right here. Where the tape is, genius. Okay.
And then.
Okay, I get this one. This makes sense. Got a Bill and Ted's #1. I like that goofy stuff. Got, this was the $3 book. It's an X-Men 307 signed by John Romita Jr.
Oh, cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. We got this Moon Knight 3. I thought that was a pretty dope cover.
That's a cool cover.
I buy that
have a negative space.
I got this X-Men #1. This is like Mangaverse or something.
Yeah, I have that because that's a cool ass cover, cool ass rendering of the X-Men
Wolverine
and manga. It's freaking amazing.
Okay. This one, again, cool cover. I'm gonna buy any cover with Galactus and Silver Surfer on it.
That is cool. I'm not sure I've ever seen that one.
I mean, it's the credits on it are Simonson, who I'm not sure if it's Louise or Walter. It might be. I'm gonna say it could be either one. John Buscema and Bill Sienkiewicz. So it's a pretty.
That is dope.
Cool.
That is cool.
And I grabbed this one. I know we've talked about this. This seems like, is that a newsstand?
That is. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see the number. I don't know. I'd have to look at those last three numbers. But usually they say direct or newsstand about that time, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it doesn't say direct. So I'm not sure, but whatever. I'll find out. If it's a newsstand, it's a decent enough book anyway. They
were still doing a few newsstands around that time at the Ultimate because that was early 2000s, and they stopped doing newsstands in 2012 or 2014.
I'll have to do some research. And then there's, I don't know, this one I just think I like this cover again. This is a little curvy. Runaways and Young Avengers.
You never know. I mean that.
I mean, I've read both those series from when they started. So I mean, I like both those like groups of characters. Let's see. I thought this was just an interesting variant sketch cover. I'll always pick up a sketch cover if it's something I don't have, or oh man, I'm just trying to take these post-its off. An Amazing Spider-Man, just one I don't think I have in stock. So for $1, why not? Issue 2 of that Runaways Young Justice. It might be a connecting cover. I think it is.
They did a TV show of the Runaways on Hulu, I believe, a couple of
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
I watched it. It was good.
Yeah, I think they only did one season, but it was good. I liked it. And of course, definitely Young Avengers is coming.
Yeah, these are, I think, like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, got connecting covers.
Yeah. Okay, and then we had a stop. Just a cool Venom cover. Somebody was asking me about Adam Kubert covers, and I think that's a pretty cool one.
Oh, it is cool. Yeah, he's gonna be at Fan Expo.
Oh, that's cool.
I pulled a few things out. I just found it's in the other room. An Adam Kubert cover I found.
And the last two, pretty cool. Kyle Hott's Man Thing covers.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 2.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 3. I gotta find issue 1.
I love those covers.
So I mean, that was my little whatnot
Cool.
dollar haul.
So I was going to remind people of your Instagram site, but while I was peeking, I'll share my Instagram real quick. So here's some of the things that Tony and Y picked up. So he picked this up from Lake Como. Really cool Thor.
Yeah, that's a beautiful Thor.
Really great. Yeah, that's just amazing. Amazing piece of art. He was showing me, I'm not sure he's picked this up from Como, but yeah, there's an original piece, which is the cover to that Deadpool number 45. Really great. Picked this up back in 2015. This real cool Sandman, David Mack, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Watercolor. I like this death piece.
Very nice.
Now this one he did pick up. I knew about this one. He picked up a Perillo from the Lake Como show there in Italy. And he's going to be actually at Fan Expo. But yeah, that's really cool. And I don't think that's a cover. I think it's just an original art piece. It looks like. Oh yeah, and his wife colors the art. So Carla Cohen. Yeah, so that's really neat.
That's cool.
And what did he say? That's not from. Yeah, it's not from Como. Yeah. Oh, it is a published cover. Okay. Cool. Texria. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it seems like an amazing. Look at this one. Original cover art, Carla Cohen, 1 in 25 variant. Wow.
Interesting.
I've been afraid to ask how much any of these were, but that's just amazing piece of art. Look at the detail and stuff. It's just beautiful. Now, is this okay? I've been trying to figure out her signature.
I think isn't that
C-O-N Cohen?
It's just
Maybe an
yeah. It's not really. It's like a little symbol.
It is. I see the N. I see the H. The C.
I see a skinny guy wearing a tall hat, smoking a cigarette.
Sweetest couple. Yeah. I'm looking forward to. I found a few pieces to get signed. They may be in the other room, but I know that she did the colors for a lot of J. Scott Campbell stuff. So I want to go back through my signed J. Scott Campbell stuff, see if she's done any of them, then get her signature, and that'd be real cool. Get a double signature.
Cool.
But yeah, he also sent me a lot of video and stuff. So yeah, thanks, Tony. And I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. It may be cheap, may have been cheaper. So that's really cool. I'm going to say, hey, do you remember New York, a New York City guy in Italy? You know, he's a buddy of mine. He told me to give me a discount. But anyway, be sure and check out Gorilla Todd if y'all ever need to get in touch with him looking for things. So he showed a picture of some of these books that he had just bought. That he's showing off the boxes, all stuffed in the minivan there.
They were stuffed.
They look stuffed. Were you able to even close that hatch?
I was, but when it opened with vim and vigor.
It opened with a vengeance. So, but y'all go check out Gorilla Todd. Be sure and check him out on IG.
The comics would be withheld no longer.
Also, I am dropping my conservation series. So a video a day until the conservation of a Captain Marvel, Marvel Family number 54 is complete.
Nice.
So there ended up being 17 parts to this. The last video will drop on June 7th, but a new video every single day as I go through gory detail of every single part of the conservation of this Marvel Family number 54. So if you ever want to know anything about conservation or what goes into it, or here you go. And I hope y'all enjoy it. Please, views are still kind of low. Go give a view, give a thumbs up. I really, really would appreciate it to help promote this type of education and entertainment. So you can see a lot of Jack in some things. I would promote my eBay store, but I'm about to be out of town for a week. So I sent out everything this past week. I had another great week. I'm blessed as always. I sold that Teen Titans number 1. I sold a Black Suit Spider-Man this past week. So I had a really good week. Thank you all. I'm humbled by the business, but I'm about to be out of town. So, yeah, I'm not shipping anything out for at least 2 weeks. I'm also suspending my auctions for about 2 weeks too. All right, let me catch up. Carla bought you an espresso. I did. Okay, she knows your name, Tony. I'm saying, hey, Carla, you know Tony. Tony's my friend from New York. Yo,
Shelby.
yo, Carla.
Shelby. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I was thinking we wouldn't get them all home in the back of my Honda Fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to go a little bigger. Think bigger. I mean,
I saw the video of you looking at those gin bottles, and y'all were talking about pouring out the alcohol and just, bringing the gin bottles.
Why would
And
you just drink the gin?
even though
and
I've been sober 14 years, I'll have to say that hurt me to know that you're going to be wasting alcohol like that. So I had to cut off that video.
At least
this old alcoholic would not have been wasting any freaking gin. Go ahead, Todd. What?
I mean, you could use it to start a campfire or something.
You could run a diesel car. But alcohol abuse. All right. So I was looking for, here's an interesting story. I was looking for some comics, as projects and stuff, mainly Golden Age. And I found these, and they're not really project books because they're all in fairly good shape. But they were just too cool. And what was funny is I bought these from another person in Arizona. I don't remember where in Arizona, and it wasn't Flagstaff. His father passed away, and he bought these books from a local store here in Houston. So they went from Houston to Arizona, back to Houston.
Uncanny.
So these are some really cool Golden Age Dick Tracy books. I think they're just great. Like I said, they're not, all necessarily project books because there's not a lot wrong with them. Hey, Marshall Warpath. I brought the gin back. Hurts me to spill it also. But never was really a big Dick Tracy fan. But this is just classic 19. Little Orphan Annie. So it's got all these stories in it: Dick Tracy, Smitty, Little Orphan Annie, Tiny Tim, Winnie Winkle, and Harold Teen. So you have 6 different stories in this thick-ass Golden Age book.
Hey, I always liked Little Orphan Annie, but I always imagined Little Orphan Annie was like a secret agent. Like a super secret agent. She just was like a cute kid, but she used that to disarm people.
So these are really cool, and I'm going to point out these are from Dale, so 10-cent Dales. This book I did clean up. This had a detached cover, and I did a tear seal and reattached the cover, and then gave it a really good clean and press. So this book has been conserved, or at least cleaned and pressed, and the tear seal fixed. But really weird with these types of Golden Age. I mean, it's almost a matte cover. It's not a lot of gloss. You can see how nice and flat it came out, even though there's a lot of creases and things like that. But really cool.
I love the simplicity of the illustration.
The simplicity of these, yeah. Hey, now who's the greatest detective in the world, huh? Dick Tracy over there doing chemicals.
He understands chemistry.
He knows chemistry.
Doing chemicals.
But yeah, I thought it was great picking these up. So that one, this other Super Fun Comics, and this Super Fun Comics. So I think I picked up pretty much all of his Super Fun Comics that were in decent grade. I'm trying to work him a deal to where he will sell me the rest of them, even though they're in lower grade at a discount. We'll see what he says. Now, these I picked up. You're going to go crazy over this art. Check this out. Chester Gould painted covers.
Yeah, it's almost like animation. Almost it looks.
Oh, it's amazing, amazing, and
like
this
you
is
could see that
Harvey
being a cartoon.
Yeah, just beautiful art. Check that out.
Colors are like amazing.
Is that creepy? Some woman with no eyes behind a rock
With two dolls.
with two dolls? And yeah, I was just like,
Maybe she has her eyelids painted white. I don't know. Those are pretty cool.
these are very cool covers. Like I said, Chester Gould painted covers. Just beautiful, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew these were, or maybe I did know and I didn't care at one time. These beautiful painted covers. It's amazing, amazing stuff. I was really happy to pick these up. I paid a little too much for them. I know that, but I mean, these are all in fairly great shape. Especially this one has almost no spine.
I mean, how often do you see those? I mean, they're not impossible to find, but
yeah,
you know,
you don't see them very often. And I mean, like I said, I paid up for them a little bit, but I mean, I love the art. And Chester Gould doing this big signature on them. So, I mean, yeah, they're great.
Very nice pickups.
I mean, even in near mint condition, they only go for like $100. You know, so definitely something to keep an eye out if you want to get some good.
Like it's Dick Tracy. Like I knew him mostly as a Sunday Funnies character.
Yes.
And then they made a movie of him in the '80s with Warren Beatty.
Let's not go there.
I never saw it. I honestly never saw it. It just looked silly to me.
I never saw it either.
When it came out, it just looked silly. I don't know. But like, I can look at those old books and I see, okay, I understand why he had a yellow trench coat. I think they took it maybe. I don't want to say they took it too literally, but like, it looks good in like comic book art.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works in reality, but I remember like the previews for it, the trailer, whatever. I just remember not being interested to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a passion project of Warren Beatty. I think it had a decent art style. Madonna, Al Pacino played one of the villains. I mean, but I think I tried to watch some of it, but you know, in the shadow too. Sadly, I mean, and I love me some Will Eisner. But even with that art style and stuff, I couldn't get into the shadow either. And I hate saying that. You know, because I love me some Will Eisner.
Wait, do you mean you said the shadow? Do you mean the spirit?
The Spirit. I'm sorry, The Spirit. Thank you.
The Spirit. Yeah, that movie was directed by Frank Miller.
No wonder.
Yeah, it was a little all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, The Spirit. Thank you.
Because the Shadow was a different movie.
Did they do a Shadow movie?
Yeah, didn't they do one with Alec Baldwin?
Oh, they did. They did. I never saw that one either.
They had a toy line and.
Yeah, I never saw that one either. I did watch The Rocketeer. It was good.
Oh, Rocketeer was good. I want to say I saw The Shadow at least once. Oh. I got some cool magazines in.
Oh, yeah. You was telling me about those. Yeah.
These are heavy. Oh. I Let me see if I'll just go through them. It'll be random. There'll be a randomness. We'll go from one title to another because each one of these is like different. So we got like Alter Ego. I guess this issue is all about Sandman. This issue we feature, Starman. I like these. They have like little history
Uh,
lessons about the different characters and
yeah. I
articles.
mean, if anything, that's the great thing about those alter egos is Roy Thomas and his history of comic book history, I should say, and spotlighting something.
This is an issue of Comic Book Creator.
Oh, I don't have that one. Oh, Michael Cho.
Beautiful cover. Just all the different cool illustrations. This one has, let's see. Oh, look, there it is. Bill Eisner right there.
Yeah. If any of these still come out, I should subscribe to them because I love reading articles and stuff like that. I'm not going to be reading Time magazine, so
Here's these are. I just got these in a new shipment, Shelby.
Those are cool. I got a few Kirby collectors. I'm not sure how many they did, but they did a ton of them just for like
83,
80 something.
Cool.
That's cool.
Cool little art and.
Those are in great shape, man. I thought you was gonna pull out some rags.
No, these are brand new. I ordered these. These were in a new shipment.
Oh.
In like a new comic shipment. These are. Oh. I mean, it was stuff they had in stock.
Yeah. Back stock stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but like.
That's cool.
It's Joe Kubert, Superman. You don't see that.
Rest in peace.
This is. Leafs DC Secret Origins comics. So they had some kind of variant or old.
That's cool.
Marketing copy.
Yeah.
They had Hawkman. So they had a Hawkman #1, Aquaman number. So these were all #1s. It looks like Aquaman 1, Green Lantern 1, Justice League 1, Superman 1. Flash 1, Batman 1.
That's cool.
Interesting. I didn't know about those.
No, that's why people should read. No one reads anymore, Todd.
And then another alter ego. This one's all about a Golden Age artist named Paul Gustafson.
That's cool. So he did like Plastic Man. What else?
Yeah, it looks like Plastic Man. Looks like the Spirit. A character called the Jester. The Human Bomb. That's an old DC character, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think some of that was probably through the Eisner studio. Oh, check that out. He did the Sunbeam. That is too cool. That's great. I mean, so there's a lot of well-known Golden Age artists, but so many that aren't, right? I mean, people know.
Yeah.
People know Alex Schoenberg, and
it's funny. Remember, I put these two in your pile.
Yeah.
I had picked them up because I found them in a shop, and then I was able to get some more copies. So I said, "Why not?
Oh, cool.
Why not?" Here's Alter Ego, an issue dedicated all about Irv Novick. He was, I think, an inker on a ton of books. Yeah, Teen Titans, Brave and the Bold.
Oh, cool.
Smiling Knight. The 60s is chapter 4. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he did the like the wash effect on the Sea Devils.
Oh yeah, those Sea Devil
I
covers
love
are
those.
amazing, and they did a few of them that was in this weird gray tone.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that actually have a few of those copies.
That's something I would love to pick up one of these days. I love those covers. I've never had them. Here's an alter ego about Alfredo Alcala. Now this stuff is like right up my alley.
Oh
All
yeah,
the barbarians and the fantasy. I remember him being in a lot of the Conan. Yeah,
wow, great art. I love that lettering style and stuff too that they did.
mhm.
That's cool.
So I mean, I ordered these because like I want to, carry this kind of stuff in the clubhouse and
Heck yeah, man! They put up a
promote.
little magazine stand, and
I mean, I can sell them for a good, give people a good deal, and another Jack Kirby collector.
yeah, I don't have that one either. That's cool. I have a few over here somewhere. Oh,
I mean, there's like pencil pages in here. That's pretty cool
yeah,
to see it like raw
that's
like
cool.
that. Super Cops drawing Law and Order in Kirby's work with commentary by Shane Foley. Superman working with cops.
Yeah, those are magazine size. I have a few of these
Mhm.
that are like large treasury size.
Okay, those are neat. That's the older Kirby collectors.
That's the older ones. Yeah.
I've seen those for sure. Here's a back issue about Kazar
Oh,
in the Savage Lands.
that's the cover from Kazar #1.
I got a section about John Byrne,
That's cool.
an article about FF Annihilus in the Negative Zone. I love the. Oh man, that's pretty cool. Look at this, Val Mayrick.
Oh wow.
Isn't that beautiful? Just the
Yeah. No, that's beautiful.
line and the rhythm, just the subtle coloring,
Yeah,
the subtle indication. I love stuff like that.
I do too. And I wish I could have done art like that. Like even some of the colors out of register. My OCD never would have allowed me to do that, but
Man, I need to get a Kazar 10. Now that I look at this cover, it's a Gil Kane cover. Look what Kazar's fighting.
wait, fighting a gorilla?
Yep. I gotta add that. I got some new Gorilla covers.
I got a full run of Kazar.
People have started giving me Gorilla covers. It's kind of funny. Oh, that's dope. Savage Tales featuring Conan the Barbarian. And the second, what does it say? His second startling feature, Kazar.
Oh, that's cool. Those Savage Shell magazines are great.
Yeah. I think I have a Kazar #1.
Yeah, he started in Strange Tale, the second Strange Tales. What?
And I have that Marvel Superheroes issue of his. Got another issue of Draw. Well, I don't know. This might be the only issue of Draw magazine. Deadpool and Infinity Countdown artist Mike Hawthorne, Yannick Paquette, Swamp Thing artist Wonder Woman Earth One. These. A lot of these are published by Tomorrow's Publishing. They do all the retrospective books and the artist edition, some of the artist books.
Mm-hmm.
I love when they show you like sketchbook art like that, like more raw. I mean, and then pencils are always cool to see.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't show that. That's cool. Logan Venom.
That's cool.
It's funny to see, like, I don't know where I put those, but it strikes me as I look at that. Look at the difference in the, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like looking at pencils because then you kind of get what the
But I'm saying, look at what
interpretation of
look
what.
at look at Wolverine's body. That's like
Yeah.
this is like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and this is like the comic book size Wolverine.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. I just watched an episode of Rick and Morty that Hugh Jackman was in. It's a crazy episode. Back issue. The hard-hitting history of Marvel's hero for hire, Luke Cage. That's cool. The Johnny Quest back cover.
Yeah. I just picked up a Johnny Quest #1 a couple of months back.
I think there's a Johnny Quest in the dollar books when I flipped through.
The Comico Johnny Quest #1 is like $100.
It's that much?
Yeah, it's Alex Toth art, I believe.
It's cool when you see pictures of like the old creators too.
So great.
Just tons of classic covers and
Yeah, I got the full run of Hero for Hire.
good stuff.
Well, Hero for Hire, then it went to Power Man, then it went to Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, this is Alter Ego. This one's about from superhero titles at DC and Marvel to ground level comics at Star Reach. Mike Frederich.
Oh, that's weird.
And there, let's see. You got pictures of I guess he did. I remember seeing this book.
Oh yeah. Star Reach. Yep.
There's some Golden Age stuff. That's pretty cool. This one looks cool. Back issue, Bronze Age TV tie-in issue.
Ooh.
Let's see what we got here. Open it up and there's Gilligan. Cool.
Yep.
Definitely was part of my TV watching all those.
I agree, and I've got all of those. I got all those issues that's on that cover on that page too.
I definitely watched 3 of the 4.
Yeah. And Buffy's not bad. I've gone back.
I just honestly didn't.
It's not bad.
I just didn't watch it. I don't know. I saw the movie though, the first movie with Christy Swanson.
Yeah, and
the dude,
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, he played the vampire. Let's see. Look, you got Happy Days.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny looking fonts. Bugaloos. I watched that. HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah, I've got that one.
We'll definitely watch those. Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, Sledgehammer. Now we're in the 90s. Oh, the old Superboy show. That was on
Yeah.
for about a season. I think that's. Yeah, it's a heck of a Joe Jusko cover.
Oh, cool.
And then we got a back issue. I think this is a Flash issue.
I think you might be right.
It's a cool Mike Wieringo sketch cover, and then it was
Yeah, I was
finished.
trying to remember that actor that was in Sledgehammer. I know he's in a few things.
It looks like they have like the main article about the Flash, but then they have a few other articles. Like there's this article about the drug use issues in Spider-Man, drug abuse. There's an article about Ant-Man. Cool stuff.
I was watching a YouTube video the other day where they looked at the Raven Bolt. Looked at Showcase #4, that reappearance, first reappearance of Silver Age Flash. And the very first story, and I'd never read it, I guess, or if I read it, I forgot about it. But the very first Flash story was Flash, the fastest man alive against the slowest criminal alive, the Turtle.
Hilarious.
And like in the word balloons, there was like spaces in between each of his words where like he was even talking slow and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
That's great when they use like techniques like that to manipulate the passage of time in the story. Such a cool connection. Let's see. I had 4 left. I have 5 left. Back issue with Green Arrow.
Okay.
That's cool. It's his miniseries cover. Then we've got this one is pretty cool. It's an alter ego issue. It has all the pulp heroes like Shadow, Doc Savage.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got one more Kirby collector. This one's
now apparently there was a Doc Savage. That's I like that.
Yeah.
Now apparently there was a Doc Savage movie done in the early 70s.
70s, yeah. I don't know if it was any good.
I'm going to find it.
This is just some kind of horror comic. I don't know what this is. I might have just ordered it by accident or something, or because I thought that was a cool cover.
Oh,
yeah. And then one more back issue, a superhero romance issue, featuring Green Lantern and Star Sapphire.
Oh,
that's her name, right? Yeah, Star Sapphire. That's all my new magazines.
That's cool. Plenty of reading material for the back of the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Days and days.
So, so when's your next con?
I will be in California June 8th for Near Mint Sundays on a Saturday.
Oh, okay. So you'll be going to a con about the time I'll be coming back from Dallas Fan Days.
It's on a Saturday in the evening from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's at the Brookhurst Community Center in Anaheim, California. Near Mint Sundays is on Instagram. I went there once with a couple of buddies, and it was a real good show. It had a real good energy to it, and I'm really excited to be a vendor there, and I really think it's going to be a fun show. Plus, I get to see some friends from, that neck of the woods.
And what's it called? No, Near Mint Sundays.
Near Mint Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah. So Y'all definitely go give that a follow. I pulled it up. Let's see. There we go. So near mint Sundays. Yeah, it looks like the next one is June 8th. Yeah, Brookhurst. Little link tree. Free parking.
Yeah, they were a nice show. It's free parking, free admission.
Yeah, kind
Their
of old school.
their philosophy is they want you to have more money for comics.
Yeah, there's Gorilla Todd.
Yeah, I'm not just
Yep.
making it up. I
Everybody
promise.
bring comic books to Near Mint Sundays, but on a Saturday, 2 to 8, free admission, free parking, comic books only. Orange County, California.
Music to my ears.
Exactly. Very cool.
So yeah, I'm like excited to go out there and meet some new people and make some new friends and see some old friends, and
You got a lot of dollar boxes
you
carried.
never know what I'll come home with. I wanted to show you these two. You might have all these.
Yep, I remember picking all those up for you, my friend.
I got a bunch of Boris Karloffs with these painted Karloffs.
I love those painted covers and stuff. I've never really
You never got into
only
these?
so much you can collect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. It's just
But I do. I love those painted covers. Yeah.
they're worth checking out. This one's
The art inside is questionable sometimes, but
yeah.
Cool.
But I feel like books like this, in the age of cover buyers, they age really well.
You don't see them too often. Not in nice
Look at
grade.
this poor guy getting dragged away. He's
I
headed
love
for his
those painted
demise.
covers.
This one's got, look at this guy, crazy demonic monster. Here's a motorcycle guy on it fighting a dragon. I mean, just craziness.
Those are crazy stuff. Yeah.
Oh, another copy of a dragon motorcycle. Here's a giant, looks like a giant chicken insect. I don't know. It's got a beak, but it's an insect.
Yeah, and those are some great 15-cent.
Look at these dudes. I don't even know what to call these. This is warning, they're already here. Look at these weird looking creatures. They're like not threatening, but they might be really dangerous. Ooh.
Yep. No, I've seen that cover. That's a cool cover. I want to say there's a kind of semi-famous artist that did that cover.
There's a tentacle monster squid.
Came from Volcano.
A guy from Giant Fire Genie guy. Uh-oh. Looks like the surgeon's hand got possessed by a monster or something.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Uh-oh. Looks like a great flood story.
Those are cool covers. That was just
culture violates the law of the dead, the demon mass.
and it wasn't just comic book covers that was painted back then.
No,
Advertisements, everything was painted. It just brought a special quality, to those books and advertisements and stuff. I mean, it's amazing. Great stuff.
Man. Never mind now. I thought I had them right here. I guess I'm wrong. Oh. I got some old paperbacks I was going to show you. I thought I had them handy, but maybe not. No. Oh, well.
Something for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of next week, if anybody's got any input, I will be in Dallas next Thursday. So Todd and I were talking about if we wanted to skip the week and give y'all a week off from us and pick up again next week the show, or Tim would like to know what your plans for those Boris Karloff's books are. I think you got a buyer.
Oh, they're gonna. I'm gonna price them in there for sale, Tim. Just hit me up on IG if you want. We can figure something out.
Yeah, send them a message real quick on IG. Say, don't forget, I want the Boris Karloff books.
I've just been slammed. I got all these boxes in and new books coming in, and yeah, I don't know. I seem to bury myself in my comics.
You are buried right now, my friend. You are buried. Be surprised if you can get out of there tonight.
It's okay. I'll get out. There's like a good 4 or 5 inch gap at the narrowest point, but there is a gap, and I have clearance.
Yeah. But Tim, those are for sale. Just hit Todd up over on IG to remind him.
I think I priced the only reason I haven't priced them, honestly, like I priced this first one. I think it was $20, but if you buy more than one, Tim, I will give you a better deal.
You gotta open them up to look at
they don't have the issue number.
Yeah,
so
no issue number.
I ordered little circle stickers to write the number on the circle sticker and put it on the book. But the first ones I ordered were really tiny circles. They just weren't big enough. So I had to order some more. And I'm ordering them from Amazon because I just, that's how I do it. I go on Amazon, I say, okay, what were these? These were 1/2 inch. That's too small. Let me go for 1 inch.
Yeah, I think I do the 1 inch.
The 1 inch is the right size.
Yeah.
So I got the 1 inch on there. Now I gotta have them at home. I have to bring them to the office. And then I can price these all and put the issue numbers on them so we know what the issues are. Because I don't want to open them up every time. I just got this book season too. I think I did. I showed you that one before. Hey, why do I have those two separate?
So, like I'm saying, either we're going to take next week off. We got to talk about it, or the show might be late. So it depends on.
I'll go with it. I mean, we're not talking that late because we're still pretty early for me.
Yeah, and you'll probably be able to see some cool stuff. Hopefully, because we're gonna go shopping around some on Thursday, I think. Southern Comic Geek and I have 3 stores we're going to be hitting for sure. They're in Dallas, so yeah.
Here's some books I pulled out of the dollar books just out of curiosity, like some of the stuff that caught my attention. But then this is only going through like a half a box maybe. This comic book history of animation.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it interests me. I found some random Bitterroot back issues, number 15, and a couple different covers for number 15. But people ask me for Bitterroot at shows, so maybe I'll bag and board and charge $2 for those. And then I got, I'm gonna grab a Martha Washington comic anytime I see it, just because they're so freaking awesome. Like,
I mean, Frank Miller did the story, but I like who did the art.
Dave Gibbons, same Watchmen. Right. I mean, it's like in that really clean style. Like, it's beautiful. And I read Martha Washington. This is like, I don't just like I love this book. I love the story. I read it.
Is it good? Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Frank
good.
Miller hit and miss sometimes.
This is from what, like, this one is the last one because this is the issue she actually dies, I think. Because they goes through most of her life. I remember reading this. When is this from? This is from 2007. So this was, he started this in the 90s. That series. And then I got to stop. I mean, I don't know if I'll probably throw these back in, but these Gwen pools with Howard the Duck,
Oh, those are cool.
there's like a gajillion of them. 2, 4, 6 of them. So people actually ask for Gwen. If I see something that people ask for, and there's like, I might as well. And then I pulled this just because, come on, it's a George Perez Conan.
Oh.
And I know this is to a degree probably some recycled art or something that they had, but it looks pretty dope. I like it.
Hey, Swaggle House. You must have heard your name. I just gave you a shout out earlier, my friend. Talking about your video about 9.9s. So thank you for dropping that video and going through the comic link stuff.
Absolutely.
For that.
Thank you.
Swaggle House, I've been watching him. He's definitely exceeded us, Todd. But I remember when he first started out a year or so ago, but he's been bringing some great commentary. I really liked his video he did earlier this week about there's nothing rare. I know a couple of people have done some responses to that. But yeah, really glad to see you, my friend.
It's funny. I was lucky. I got to actually meet Swaggle House at Comics and Comics.
What?
We actually got to meet and hang out and talk to him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we met, and it was just by chance. But yeah, super nice guy.
No, he seems like I said. I've been watching him since he started. He's definitely exceeded us.
I mean, he puts out very high quality content and this is the one thing I told him. I appreciate the very analytical point of view. He
puts for sure. Yeah.
The hobby.
No, you and I both enjoy that. Yeah, we're just not as good looking or eloquent as he is. So
I like to think I'm shiny in my own way.
You're shy. Hey, Swaggle House, definitely jump over on my chin and
give Shelby a sub.
Follow. Yeah.
If you can. Everybody should sub up Shelby. If you're watching on my channel, please definitely sub my buddy Shelby up. It's all appreciated.
Yeah, it's gonna I was thinking about hitting Swaggle House and maybe, like I said, Automatic Comics and there's what's his name? Collector Dad or something that's kind of started right now, and see if we can get those people to pop on. So
I'm just more right now. I'm just more in the zone of meeting people at conventions and I love, like I told you earlier, like I love coming on YouTube and hanging out and spending time with my friends and talking comics, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, and we talked about that. Like I do tend to be more of a social media, where but I work from home, and I understand you don't work from home. You go into a thing, so for me, I'm sitting on the couch most of the time working. And so I have YouTube on and I get in my recommendations, like all these different comic book channels and stuff, because that's what I mainly watch. And and I give people likes and I drop comments and, sometimes harass them on IG. So
I mean, look, I try to. I'll leave my comments and I'm out there, so I'm not like I'm out there, but
no,
I'm just not able to
exactly
do it all day long, and it is what it is. No big deal.
Yeah.
But I love going to the shows and meeting people, and I really want to do more of the I want to really try and start doing the comic specific shows and the ones that are a little bit bigger and bring a little bit better inventory to, and because that's kind of that's the space I want to be in, is really the comics are what I love. So that's what I really want to be kind of engaging in.
Yeah, and I think if I remember right, Swaggle House said he's going to have a interview with the CGC guy. His name escapes me from the top of my head. To discuss some of the 9.9 things, but yeah. So.
Oh, it's good to have those discussions and talk about it.
I think a lot of people, I mean, from what little bit of you know, what a few people have talked about with like
I'll definitely try to tune in on
Matt
Saturday.
Nelson. Thank you thank you so much.
For sure.
Saturday.
Okay. I'll definitely try to tune in. That'll be interesting to hear. An interesting conversation.
Yeah, like I said, I really liked his. I think I'm caught up on most of his videos. I was just looking. I like the Nothing Is Rare one that just came out, showing a lot of that stuff. The Vulture one where he swooped in on his LCS. And I agree with you, Swaggle House. Is Todd and I were just talking about this. Is that this is just another odd blip, right, in our market. Common market is so weird sometimes. We have the Marvel Cinematic Universe blip that happens when people think that something is about to go down in on a movie or something, like first appearance of Dazzler and stuff. You also had the blip from pandemic, and now we got this weird 9.9 blip that's happening. But I don't think it's spurred on by collectors. I think it's maybe more spurred on by those other people.
I got these other cool books I thought you might get a kick out of. They're called Tasty Freeze comics. I think they were like a promotional comic for Tasty Freeze, like the ice cream. And they feature different characters, like that one's Little Dot.
Oh, yes. There you go. Yes, you know me. You know me. You know me.
Yeah. That's promotional. It's
yes, I love promotional comics. Oh my God, yes. Throw those in my box.
I don't know this character, but Rags Rabbit.
Throw it in my box.
Then we got a Casper, the Friendly Ghost. These are pretty nice shape for the 50s. You see the colors, that red border. 1957, Paramount Pictures Corp. This one's Sad Sack. It's so simple, the cartooning, but I love it.
Well, we say that, but if you actually try to draw like that, I can't, and I'm a good artist. I can't draw like that. Like my OCD does not allow me to
It has that simple appearance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the beauty of the art. And as I said, the coup d'etat. I mean the coup de grace. Wrong phrase. We're not overthrowing a
And if you're like me, you were raised on some Tasty Freeze ice pops. Those were probably the cheapest. There you go.
This one's got a little cheap. This is probably the most valuable one. And it's got like that little nick out there. You see it right there?
Yeah.
But otherwise, man, these they have some age on them, obviously. But they are beautiful books.
I throw them in box.
Now, actually,
my tab.
These have. What year did the Comic Code come out?
Right at 1955, 1956, about the time we
Okay.
started the Silver Age.
You've got to, because these have the Comic Code Authority on 57. That makes sense.
Yeah, by 57, definitely the Comics Code had started. I was actually watching um, No Heroes for Comics or No Comics for Heroes or something. He's semi grumpy old man, but he actually denotes the beginning of the Silver Age not by Showcase 4, but by when the Comics Code started appearing in comic books. And I was like, oh, that's a kind of a weird.
But it makes sense because if you refer to stuff as pre-code, if there's a pre-code, there should be a post-code.
And some people do like the denotation from 10 to 12 cent as also.
But that doesn't make sense because, like,
I agree with you. That
there's
one
no
doesn't make
difference
sense.
between
But
where does it happen in FF? Like 3 or 4 or something? It
yeah,
makes no
yeah. FF started out as 10 cents, I
10
believe.
cents, and then somewhere very early it switched to 12.
Yeah, it was like number 3 or 4, I think. They
But
switched to
it
12.
doesn't. But my point is, it makes no difference in the book. The book was still the FF in tone and
Right.
character and everything.
Well, I think a lot of people, it's just that Showcase 4 was 1956. And most people do kind of think of the Silver Age more as
That was
1960s because I think more people are. Marvel is more synonymous with Silver Age, beginning of Silver Age.
I hear what you're saying, and I don't disagree. I just think like that is really in terms of like I think historic significance
Right.
and meaningful impact. Bringing back, that Flash is like that's when they that trope of kind of reinventing a character
Yeah,
seemed to take root.
but it wasn't until like 1958 before they did the next character, was it? Like, and that was
Well, didn't they do the
that
Flash?
was Green Arrow or Aquaman or something. I mean, because they never did like a switch of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. It was Green Lantern, Flash.
No, I know. I kind of know. Well, the big three kind of stayed the same. They never deviated because their series ran. They never.
Right.
Let me look for it.
Yeah. Who was the second Silver Age DC character? Well, you have the first appearance of Martian Manhunter in 1955, so some people call that the beginning. I mean, not many people, but you know what I'm getting at.
Well, look, I mean,
because Martian Manhunter, being on the Justice League and that being in Brave and Bold. I mean, or at least I'm not sure if he was in the original Brave and Bold or if I know he was in Justice League #1.
No, he was in the Brave and the Bold, I believe. No, he was wasn't he a detective? Wasn't it like 225 was his key?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because after Flash was in issue 4. In issue 5 was Manhunters, but that's not Martian Manhunter. I think that's
No. I'm sitting here reading it, and it says that Martian Manhunter made his first appearance in 1955, a full year before the Flash and Detective 225. So
Okay.
Martian Manhunter is technically the first superhero exclusive to the Silver Age.
Right. I would just still argue, I think the argument comes down to it's almost like you can argue about which is the first appearance and which is the cameo or the whatever, but there's always one book that's the money book, and sometimes that changes over time, but for a given point in time there's usually one book that's the money book. and I think it's just kind of like that. That Flash book is just, I mean, for at least for my lifetime, has been iconic. It's just that's the trend of that kind of dictated one of the biggest trends of the Silver Age. That
Yeah. Now,
reworked, and it's become a trope of comic books.
Right. Now, Hal Jordan didn't appear until Showcase 22, which was in 1959. So you had a pretty, you had a 3+ year distance between Barry Allen Flash and Hal Jordan Green Lantern.
From Showcase 4 in 56 to issue 13, he only had a couple of appearances. It wasn't like his book or anything. And then in 14, I mean, he gets more. And then there's Space Ranger for a couple issues, and then it's Adam Strange for a couple issues, and then Rip Hunter for a couple issues, I think. And then, yeah, Green Lantern's in 22. And he gets a couple issues.
I'm trying to see when Raven Bolt 34 first Silver Age Hawkman was.
But then again, I think it's going to come down to Flash is the character that just had the biggest.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that there was a distance. There was a distance between Silver Age Flash and the next Silver Age DC character, right? I'm just saying there's a distance. It wasn't like the following month or.
Yeah. No, I'm saying he only had
years.
In the first 2 or 3 years that the Flash that they brought the Flash back, he only had a handful of appearances.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that's why some people are kind of they kind of move that Silver Age date up closer to the 60s than they do with 56.
But those superhero books, even though there's not a lot of them, the superhero books that are published in the post, once the comic code is enacted, they don't really fit with the Golden Age books. It's a different.
Well, and I'd make the opposite argument is that I see a lot of books in 1957, 1958 that to me look more like the Golden Age books than Silver Age. Like those books you have, those promotional books you said were 57. Well, even some of these books like the Dick Tracy's and stuff, or oh, that Brave and Bold didn't come out till 1961.
I mean, the 60s is definitely, I would put it this way. The 60s is definitely the heyday.
Oh, for sure.
The meat and potatoes of the Silver Age. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was, you could say, you were feeling tremors in the late 50s.
Yeah. And you had also Challengers the Unknown, which I think a lot of people consider
kind of a prototype for the FF.
Kind of a Silver Age. Yeah, I mean, it was Jack Kirby. It was a prototype for Fantastic Four. That was definitely in the late 50s, because that was before Kirby came back over to Marvel in the early 60s, and was doing some of their romance and monster books. So, yeah, definitely. I love the exploration of the golden age a lot. I wish
Hmm.
I just wish there
That's
was
why I
more.
love.
I just wish there were more at affordable prices.
Well, that's isn't that the ever the problem as a comic
It's always
collector?
the chase. It's always the chase, my friend.
You know, even as you build yourself up and you're able to buy bigger and better and bigger and
Yeah,
more exciting books, there's so much more to go after. And
it is.
at what point, it's funny. It's like quality or quantity. Sometimes the opportunity dictates.
Well,
At least
something that Southern and I were talking about is that inevitably a collector is going to evolve. And you and I have known each other now four something years.
yeah, close to
And
five.
and definitely I've seen like your taste in or your collecting style change, right? Like you now are focused on, you know,
Well, in
like the business and stuff more so than, you
if I'm
know,
completely honest, like I pretty much feel I am like 99% done collecting. It's few things that just and it's like it's more like, oh, I'll keep it for a while and I'll probably end up selling it. Unless it's just like the book that you and I'm working on with you.
yeah,
That's something I'll probably keep for a long time with no intention of selling.
good. Well, I hope so.
Sometimes things come up, who can, but it would be like 1700th on the list
Yeah,
of things to go. Like, but that's the kind of stuff if I'm collecting anything, it's stuff like that of that caliber, of that that kind of stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I get this book and I love this book.
Uh,
Freaking Joe Kubert tank.
those, well,
This
those DC dollar books are freaking awesome in general.
I mean, I read these when I was a kid,
Oh, I did too.
and like, dude, you don't. I love these freaking things, but
Yeah,
I can't have long boxes of this stuff. It just takes up too much space. So like, it's a haunted tank issue. It's awesome, but somebody will want it. I've got like these old. I'm not even sure when these are from. I mean, they're not that old, 25, 35, and 40-cent covers, but like different Richie Rich.
yeah.
This one will be the next victim of Monster Cola. Richie Rich Profits. Harvey Collectors Comics.
I mean, yeah, some of those things could be from probably 74, 75.
Yeah, that's what I would guess. I mean, this looks 70s. Casper TV Showtime. First collector's issue. I mean, they're already on the bandwagon at this point, right? I mean, that just looks. Doesn't that imagery look like so 70s?
Oh, for sure.
The,
Well, look
the,
at that TV. The TV's
yeah,
definitely, the big console TV sitting on the floor, kids sitting in front of it.
I mean, it's just
Do
those are.
kids sit on the floor anymore?
Yeah, little kids do. Little kids do. They love sitting on the floor. I tell you, I'm pretty stoked with the summer, with my summer situation. I
It's
got
going to be fun. I think we're going to have a lot of interesting stories to, talk to the viewers about. So,
yeah. I mean, I'll definitely give full reports about the two shows, both Near Mid Sundays in California and Comics and Cocktails in California. They keep announcing more people that are going to be at Comics and Cocktails. They're going to get they have a bunch of people from X-Men 97, the voice actors.
Oh,
I think
cool.
are supposed to be there. That's the show I'm going to 2 weeks after Near Mid Sunday. I was going to do a show in between then, a 2-day show in Phoenix, but I just don't think it's a smart move because I have to work that Friday and Monday, and to try and drive to Phoenix like in the early morning, like leave at 2 in the morning, get there at 7, set up, work the day, sleep in a hotel, then work them Sunday, and then drive back and try and teach the next day. It just takes a lot out of me. Like I'm tired for like 2 or 3 days after that drive. So after
Yeah.
like 2 days of like no sleep and work, and sleeping in a string, if I had more time, I wouldn't care. It's really just that. So I like the 1-day shows for that reason. I get back on, I can get back on by Sunday, and I have a day to like recharge and get ready. Um, but if I'm gonna do, I want to really try to hit at least try and set up at one of the next, like for 2025 goal. I want to set up at one of the bigger shows in California.
That's only a good goal.
I don't know, don't know that for sure it can happen, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've been doing this for about an hour and 45 minutes. You about ready to call it an evening?
Yeah, man. I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
glad you're having fun.
it's always a good fun. Just, if people like,
Yeah.
two fat guys hanging around talking about comics, then this definitely a show for you.
You're so much more than a fat guy. Don't belittle yourself.
I saw you. Anyway, just
Yeah.
joking.
I can handle it. But I'm looking out for you, my friend.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, I'm getting tired and all that good stuff. So, hey, everybody, stay tuned. We may be taking next week off, or else we'll maybe start the show late. Soon I find out more.
This whole time, dang it.
So, as soon as I find out more information about what the plans are over in Dallas,
for sure. Once you know, you let me know, and we'll figure it out.
So, otherwise, y'all have a great week. Y'all have a great evening, and we will see you soon. So, peace, love, and comics. Thank you all. Good night.